Hey, so hi everybody, welcome to another trade review. And today we'll be looking at the 6th of August. So 6th of August is a London session and took two trades and lost about $20. Okay, so right now let's go into my trade journal and you're gonna have a look. Okay, well, so first of all, what we can see is that 6th of August have no news. Okay, so it doesn't matter if it's the London session or the AM session. If AM session have news, London session probably will have a nice trade. Okay, at least that is what I believe for London session. Okay, so here so we don't have much news as you can see. This week only Tuesday and Thursday have news. Wednesday have no news at all. Okay, so that's the first thing. So first of all, broke my rules this month. Yeah, because since August is a more muddy month, I did tell myself that I will only enter and trade when there is news event. Yep. So that was basically what I told myself. So today, which is the Wednesday, I broke my rules, and as you can see right now, it's already 5th of December this year, and right now I'm only stuck at August. Okay, so it's more like being the current me because this whole time have been trading, and every time I trade, every time I lose a trade, I learn from my trade, and so it's now the me at December looking back at my August trades and see what did I miss out that time. Yeah, so first of all, I always run through the trade journal, then I'll go through the recordings. Yep, so I record every single one of my trade. Okay, so this first break the rules because no news. Second, 15 minute was obviously bullish. Okay, displacement of 5 minute chart, rush entry at the order block. Okay, thought it was didn't show willingness. This NQ ejected from there and didn't show willingness to close above the swing high. Okay, so we'll have a look at this 312 swing high. And definitely when I enter the trade at the order block, I felt very uncomfortable. Okay, the entry was not good. Okay, so let's start it. So let's start the trade. So first of all, I go to August, and yep. So there we go. Let's change it first. Okay, so let's start it. So at the moment, this is the 5 minute chart, and what we can see a very nice displacement, very nice fair value gap here, and this is I.I is immediate rebalance, and it's probably a 15 minute immediate rebalance here. Okay, so I decided, okay, I'm gonna put a long here in the 5 minute BC, put a long order. Okay, and because dollar is pulling lower, so that's why I was trusting this particular displacement. Dow is the same, but Nasdaq not really doing the same as we like to. Anyway, this is the daily chart. So daily chart, what can I see is that we cleared previous day high, we trade lower, and if I measure the range of here to here, I roughly get the 0.5 level would be somewhere here, right? So basically this level right here means that, you know, on this particular candle, we didn't even trade to the midpoint of the previous daily dealing range. And that is actually showing rather firmness, because first we cleared some sell side here as well. Okay, we cleared some sell side here, which, yeah, here sell side was cleared, rejection. Okay, rejection here, then here, then trade, then the draw was back into the daily volume balance and we traded through it. Bodies is holding in the volume balance already. And if I measure here to here the dealing range, you can see the 0.5 level is somewhere I'm eyeballing it roughly here. And this is actually still telling me bullishness, because this daily range, okay, this whole daily range, the midpoint of it, price didn't trade into it, or rather if it did, it just wicked into it. Okay, maybe just wicks, okay, from here to here, maybe it's just wicks. Okay, so touch that, still on the upside. So where is the draw? The draw first is going to be the previous day high, because here we cleared the previous day low as well. So therefore on the daily chart I am bullish. So this is definitely what I didn't see previously. Okay, yeah, so this volume balance, ICT I said before, when bodies closed above the volume balance, that means the volume balance is done. We won't really see that already. But for this case, I will still look at it, because the volume imbalance is holding the bodies, and that may Im- imply that body tells stories. So that may imply that we are bearish also. So I would like to see how price trade inside this daily volume imbalance on the lower time frame. Okay, so let's say the daily volume imbalance is 6361. Okay, so guys, what I'm gonna do right here, I'm gonna draw 661. Okay, 6361 is point 0.5 is the daily volume balance. So this is the first level that I'm gonna take note of. Okay, 6361.5, 6361.5 is the daily volume imbalance low. Okay, so this is the first level that is going to be very, very important to me. Okay, so let's have a look. And that's why this is the 15-minute chart, and you can see the 15-minute chart will form a likely immediate rebalance pop to pop. So this is going to be a 15-minute order block, and aiming for the first 5th of August and dock. Okay, okay, so there we go. Right now it's 3:40. Right now it's 3:40, and 3:40 we got 9 more minutes to the 3:50 macro. Okay, and we got the current end dog, which is above us. Dow still looking very firm to the downside. Okay, so nothing much here. Okay, and on the 15-minute chart, we have a very difficult high. Okay, so this is the 15-minute. You can see rather bullish. So here's the high. Even faster. So this is the 15-minute chart. If you can see, buy side is like super clean. We still got 5 more minutes to 350 macro. Yeah, you can see dollar is from downside, all indices is from upside, and yep, that's it. Yeah. So here we got a BC. Will I enter this BC? No. I wait and be patient at the right entry point. Okay. The dollar's pulling lower, but indices is going lower as well. Okay, so there we go. Yeah, so dollar feels like it's going to the downside. Okay, he's coming. Yeah, so they did offered another chance in that BC, but I didn't take it. So this is the what? London Silver Bullet. Yeah, so right now we are in a 350 macro. So actually 6361. Not reaching it yet. Shit. Shit. Oh, get it done. Okay, so what you can see here is Nasdaq went above the swing high. Okay, Nasdaq went above the swing high here when S&P didn't, and Dow was having a hard time, but dollar is going lower as well. So I want to see Nasdaq stay above it, and because ICT has said that S&P is the one that will lead the most, then only we'll see Nasdaq. But if S&P is basically saying, oh no, I'm not going to go up, when Nasdaq went above it and had this kind of rejection to the downside, with dollar also going lower, this is basically telling me that it's not as in symmetry as I would like to see it. That is also a big sign that, to just be patient and just wait until the intermarket also allow me, give me that condition that it's gonna run. So that's basically it right now. That's why I'm will I enter long? No, 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 no. Definitely I will not enter a long trade anytime soon. Definitely. But this is right now, this is the silver bullet. This right here is the silver bullet. London session silver bullet. Okay, looking really nice. Then okay, so I went long at this order block right here. Okay, so what is this line? Okay, so we got few at the order block. So you can see Nasdaq not firm over the highs, Dow same, dollar reversing higher. So that is already a sign for me that okay, if you're gonna do any shorts, this is not a good time to do it. You must be patient and wait. And right now dollar is reversing higher, so that will aid us to go lower. And just now what do we have? Okay, we have Nasdaq to be the first one to trade above the swing high, and now I think S&P also traded above this swing high when Dow haven't. So when Dow haven't, but S&P and Nasdaq did, what is this implying? This is implying nothing. I won't see this as any sort of SMT or anything, because Dow only had 30 stocks, so that's the less influence one. So even though if Dow lower high when these two higher high with dollars pulling higher, it's not a strong S&P. What I want to see is like that S&P, Nasdaq, and Dow. Yes, that is what I want to see. Then this dollar going higher will aid us to trade lower. Right now, at the moment, that's not the case. Okay, so we are trading back to the 5-minute BC. Okay, so as I say, this time I'm going to submit to it. Stop loss, follow the 5-minute BC and everything. So looks good. It's okay. And yeah, so that's the 5-minute CV. Oh, dollars are going higher. Nasdaq went again a high one more time, rejected. Dow firm downside. So right now, yes, it is telling me that it's bearish. Okay, but because 15-minute is bullish, that is why I decided that okay, so that's the thing. You see, it went up here and rejected lower. So the next time it comes up here, it has a spool. When I say it comes up here, I will shift my stop loss to break even or anywhere. That's logical. Okay. So because dollar want to clear the sell side here, that's what we're aiming for. And Nasdaq and S&P, Nasdaq is not showing firmness to me. That is a little bit alarming. Okay. Once again, S&P failed to make higher highs, lower high, higher high, with dollar going lower. So what is that saying? Okay, that is saying that right now dollar going lower is good for us to go higher. But we can see S&P failed to make the higher high when Nasdaq made that higher high. So that is saying that S&P is right now much more firm to the downside than Nasdaq. Okay, but since you are looking at the low, we will want to, like we're looking at dollar going lower, we want to focus more on the low of that S&P and Nasdaq make. But right now, what you seeing this, you know that okay, S&P is having a hard time creating a new swing high. Okay, 你现在是 okay. Yeah, one I want to see displacement above here, and if it don't give me, I should just get out of the trade. Okay, once again we are coming back to this 5 minute VC, which is do it so many times already, and really past the 350 macro. Okay, dollar is giving me the green light. See, if we failed to reach for the C wick and we are coming back down to the 5 minute VC, is this nice? No. Back to the volume balance here. This is a suspension block here, but at least bodies is still staying above the suspension block. Okay, so right now this SMT is confirmed by with a higher dollar, but we still don't know because dollar I'm favoring to the downside. So right now you can be confirmed that we are in decoupling because forex going higher, Nasdaq going lower. Okay, so now I switch into a demo, and basically I decided to tell myself, okay, I'm gonna just accept this two loss, which is just a small loss. One trade more than 5 handles can easily cover it, and right now I want to trade back into this end dog. Okay, so we shall see. Here we got a fair gap forming. So right now I'm seeing this BC to act inversion fair gap to trade lower. But can price trade up into this PV? Yes, it can, but favorably I don't want it to. Okay, dollars pulling higher, they will aid all these indices all to go lower, which is right now what we are seeing. And this fair value gap will be the catalyst to reach for the 2022 July end up. So I entered based on this. Okay, so aiming for this, yeah, because so right now I can see we cleared buy side here, and this here is probably a 15-minute inversion fair value gap. Yeah, so this is the 15-minute BC. You can see bodies respecting. So right now I'm also expecting the high to the high side still. Nope, this long wasn't a good long. Close above balance line, so it's fine. That's what high price. Okay, so this inversion fair gap, after this body close below it, this candle it trades into it. There we go. Then we can enter. Okay, and stop loss just placed above this volume balance or right at the high. Okay, then we watch it starts pulling lower to the sell side. Okay, and there we go. Here at sell side here, I want to see do we want to reach for the London sell side. Bam. And that's basically it. So cleared buy side, traded back into the 15-minute fair value gap, traded through it, used it as act as resistance here. Here CE wick wasn't reachable, I believe. Stopped it at the inversion fair value gap. You measure up the CE wick here. You can see bodies tell stories. Okay, order block, bearish order block, and bam, smash through the end dogs, reach for the London sell side, and that's basically it. Woo! Yep, so welcome to another trade review. Yeah, just now I did the London session trading and I did 2 trades and I lost both of the trades. Total loss is $20. So basically that 4 handles. So at first when I opened the chart, right, I was looking at the chart and I saw that, on 5 minute we got displacement and a BC to the upside, and on 15 minute it's just a balanced price range, and we are also above the 15-minute balanced price range. So I was expecting higher prices, but I felt like, okay, I missed the entry already in the 5-minute BC. So then later a couple of times during 350 macro it came down again. Okay, it came down again to the 5-minute BC and I didn't enter again. So that was when I tell myself, okay, we are in the 350 macro, in a buy program, gonna try and enter at the order block, and basically those were just reasons for me, excuses for me to just being impulsive, because fear of missing out, just want to enter the trade. And that's basically when I entered the trade, yes, it was a small one, okay, it was just a small loss and a small TP profit target because I was aiming for the C of the 15-minute CB, okay. But basically what happened was that we saw what happened was that okay but basically what happened is we went close to it, then we rejected lower, and no, basically what happened is after I entered the order block, right, I realized my eyes was not able to focus on the price action. I was just seeing about the tick values going up and down. So that was when I just was feeling really uncomfortable and just told myself just close the trade. But I still hesitated, close the trade a bit, and incurred a bit more loss. Then I decided to, okay, right now we are trading back lower into the 5-minute BC, back again. Then this time offered another entry, and I was just telling myself, okay, I'll just submit to this trade. Enter long, and then basically price went so close to the CE of the 15-minute CB, and it rejected just off by one tick, and it started rejecting there. And then I showed my stop loss to like I think 6 ticks or something, and I just got stopped out. And that was the story today. So that was basically today. And yeah, today I broke my rules that because I said for August, right, I'm only gonna see the markets when we have news event on that day. Then only I'll see the market. But today there was no news. But yeah, there was no news, and I still traded. And I hesitated to close the trade, and I feel I lost the plot. Yeah, still got a lot of things to work on. But yeah, the risk was within the loss. And yeah, definitely I feel something like yesterday I got my five handles, nice profit, and today it was just off by one tick and reverse on me. So yeah, but this is just part of trading, you know. Life is just like that. Trading is just like that. Sometimes you lose, sometimes you win, and as long as you manage your losses, that's all that matters. So after I lose that two trades, I just tell myself stop. Gonna change the demo account, and in the demo account, because I saw that dollar starts pulling higher. So dollar starts pulling higher, and since we all had rejection below that, we all had rejection at the high of the, we all had rejection without touching the C of the 50 ECB, and below we got end dog, and we have relative equal lows that I missed out, which I didn't see as well. So then you can see we reached for it, and we reached the London sell side also, and this was all just on a demo account. But you know, it's okay, because if let's say if I took this trade on the demo account, I would have recovered from the drawdown. But it doesn't matter, okay, it just takes time. And yeah, basically what I missed was that at that 3:12 p.m. swing high, Dow was unable to reach up there, okay, and Nasdaq was rejecting it there, and S&P was rejecting it there. So actually that was my cue to close the trade. Okay, yeah, so that's it for the trade review, and I'll see you guys in the next one. So for August, the plan is to only touch the markets on the day where we have news. That's it. And I think I'll try to focus more on London session as well. Okay, so that's it.